I'm glad that Glorilla ate you up because the way you have been embarrassing yourself each and every day, I hope the final episode of these leaks is you talking about Future. Let's talk about it.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
I cannot believe I am about to enter into this conversation about Young Thug, Gunna, all of these. Like, this is some cis hetero mess. Like, y'all gonna have to take this L. Someone by the name of Young Thug has been pillow talking on a government recording, a government line. These calls have not been recorded for quality assurance purposes. They have been recorded for the state. And you know what? We can get into the conversation about how I think it is messed up for them to be leaking something like this. Like, this is very self-serving. This is the same thing we saw with Justice Smollett. The system leaking when they want to, but when it's something that they have done, meaning these police departments across the country, they don't leak no information. It be back to blue and black. Y'all don't want to release no information when y'all are in the wrong and y'all have unalived a person in the streets. Y'all don't do this. So I am taking this with a grain of salt. I do find it quite funny because this is someone who's been talking about the street code for so long. Gunna rat, Gunna is a rat. That's all. Gunna rat, Gunna a rat. We don't care. We don't. Let me tell you something. We don't care. We don't care about Gunna being a rat or what have you. First of all, if you all are that committed to trying to figure out if he broke code to this type of degree, y'all need to go to law school. Follow what Homeboy said. You like to argue, so I sit to law school. Like, that's where y'all need to go, because the way y'all are trying to deconstruct how this is ratting or this ain't ratting, the way y'all have created these own laws and systems. See, this tells me that there is no excuse when folks say, oh, they from the streets, they don't understand it. These folks are basically having a discussion about the ethics involved in ratting and snitching. These folks have their own street code and laws. To me, these folks have their own constitution. It's not a good one, but y'all have a constitution. And just think about that. Think about how y'all have used all of this knowledge to understand these systems and created this whole culture around these things to protect said community. And look where we are at. Look, the possibilities are endless for me. Like, the way y'all are able to deconstruct these things, it's entertaining, but it's also very telling that y'all are not dumb. And this running theme of, oh, y'all from the streets, y'all don't understand these things such as anti-fatness and colorism and all these other, y'all do, y'all just don't want to. So I'm not interested in that. Oh, they from the streets, they don't get that, they don't talk like that. Yeah, they don't use the same verbiage, but they understand the same system. They're just not interested in the said system because they benefit from it. So we got these back-to-back leaks of Young Thug pillow talking to Mariah The Scientist, and I'm about to get to you too, sister, and also 21 Savage. Now, let me go ahead and give 21 Savage 21 salute. Like, the way 21 Savage was in some of these calls and telling Young Thug, this is not how I would do it. Like, you got to move smarter. I can only imagine the calls that, or conversations they had in person where 21 Savage was spitting, because he sounds like he has a very sound mind and he understands what is going on, and that, hey, we got to act like grown men out here. Like, this is not giving grown man. Young Thug got out of jail and made folks wait almost 6 months before he dropped any music, and it did not do much. When Young Thug came out, he was doing more tweeting than anything else. He was tweeting, talking. When Gunna came out of jail, Gunna was in it. I'm talking about in it. Putting music out. Showing respect on the stage to Young Thug. On the stage saying free Thug. Wearing the shirt, going around saying these things. He was showing like, hey, I care about this person. I care about this man. He could have just came out and said nothing. Maybe some folks can argue that he was doing that because he did snitch and he was trying to save face. Yeah, that can be argued. But how he has been moving, he's not disrespected Young Thug, he hasn't sent no subliminals. He's been putting out music. And I believe what is bothering Young Thug and other folks like Lil Baby, while Lil Baby, you around here getting ate up. Like, you are getting ate up. This man was on the call talking about you. Talking about you, like eating you up. Young Thug was even talking about Kendrick Lamar.
I don't be understanding that type of shit. Supposed to be a nigga who bless a nigga. That's why them niggas will never be bigger than Drake.
People are on social media saying that Young Thug was basically Summer Walker on the call talking over it. That's what it was given. And yes, being incarcerated does change you. Being cut off from society will psychologically change you. And I believe, I think that being said, that's why Gunna made the decision that he made, because it was taking a toll on his mental. And now we see him out here doing runs with the community, talking to kids and encouraging folks, putting out music and all his grown man. And people love it. I think what is happening is the culture is like, we don't care about that. We don't care about him snitching. He ain't snitch on me, which was something that was said from a lot of people online on social media. He ain't snitch on me. He putting out hits. And the community likes it. He putting out hits, and the people listening are enjoying it. The women support Gunna, period. And that's where it's quite getting somewhere, because the women don't care about any of this street code stuff. They are thirsting after Gunna. The man got out, put out some good music, back-to-back hits, smooth, and start working out, start showing more body and more fashions and all that. The girls love it. And now the men are upset about it. Like, there are more men being upset about it. Like, they acting as if they don't have stand culture. This is giving reality TV drama. Like, this is love and hip hop. You got Young Thug on the call with Mariah The Scientist being upset about everything, complaining. We don't hear any calls of him asking, how your day going, boo? Like, all he's doing is on the phone, yapping. Yeah, that's beside the point, because it's okay to yap. Let's talk about it. It's okay to have a conversation with your good girlfriends, because that's what it was giving. But we've been known that men gossip more than anybody. We just can't call it gossip because of patriarchy. But that's exactly what, if you have been in any barbershop, you know men be gossiping down. What Thug was doing on that call is what men do in barbershops across the country. Yapping, and don't be talking about anything important majority of the time. Anything important. I think that definitely Gunna has won. Like, there's no doubt about that. And I think that it's irritating Young Thug that Gunna does not need him. Hearing that man on the phone talking about how he was enacting plans to take him through there. Enacting and coming up with plans, like, it just my evil plan to drop when he dropped. Like, are you okay? This man is signed to your label. If the music is good and people are listening to it, you making money. It wasn't even about that. It was about Young Thug's feelings. And Young Thug should be talking to a therapist at this point about this. Mariah The Scientist was his therapist for the most part. An unethical, unlicensed therapist.
I saw the girl, Glorilla.
Yeah.
Why don't people say she pretty? That be ugly.
You think she ugly?
You said it. Like, yeah, they say she ain't ugly. People, men be saying she ain't ugly. That bitch ain't men.
They be saying she look like Rihanna.
Man, they look like Brianna.
A few moments later.
You around here giggling while this man is talking about another light-skinned black woman and saying that she chopped, she ain't cute, like her mouth wide, all of these things. And you around, well, you know, some men like that. And it really hurts Mariah The Scientist, because you're supposed to be a girl's girl. I don't know why y'all assume that she was a girl's girl. Maybe because the way she looks. She's not a girl's girl. Like, she's in a relationship with Young Thug. She cannot be a girl's girl. And that showed you. You just put out an album that you have spent a little time trying to get folks to be interested in. And these leaks are now affecting your credibility, like how people look at you. And before y'all start, not too much on your girl, Mariah The Scientist. No, a lot actually on her. Actually, a lot on her, because she's a grown woman that made a decision to be with this man and kiki and laugh while he's talking about another black woman like that. This is what y'all be doing. Y'all don't have no morals. This is how y'all are. She could have easily changed the subject. She could have said, babe, let's talk about that. How you doing? How you feeling right now? Like, we've all been there where we trying to redirect. Somebody is upset clearly at something or going off the deep end. Like, let's redirect that. She, because it affirms her. That's why she didn't. It makes her feel good because clearly Young Thug is a colorist. For Mariah The Scientist, hearing Young Thug talk about Glorilla in that type of way, I believe was affirming for her. You are dragging this black woman. As I said, Young Thug clearly is a colorist. He loves a light-skinned woman, period. He is talking about another light-skinned woman, and he's starting to talk about her features. And he's on the phone with another light-skinned woman. And she's giggling. This is what you signed up for, Mariah The Scientist. For folks to say, oh, she needs to get away, she needs to run. She is running straight to him. Mariah The Scientist is a grown woman making the decisions that she wants to. I don't know why we are trying to separate her from Young Thug, but that's what it is. She likes where she's at. She's loving it. And she's willing to sacrifice her career and her fan base for it. But you know what? No shade. Probably a lot of her fan base probably think the same way. No shade. I don't believe we're getting anywhere calling Young Thug ugly. Yes, he does look like a caterpillar standing up on their two front feet. But I'm not interested in constantly saying that this man is ugly. How dare he talk about Mariah The Scientist? Because where does that get us? Yeah, he ugly, and he's able to be in a relationship with a light-skinned woman like Mariah The Scientist, who is clearly desirable. So what else? What else? So what does that do? I think we can call this exactly what it is. It is misogyny. Why are we talking about Glorilla? Like, what is the conversation about? Why are we talking about her? Now, Glorilla has came on Twitter, but I thought I thought finances were off limits. I thought we don't do internet drama and beef. We won't go there. We can. She tweeted this. Mind you, this the same N word blowing my phone up to ask what color my eyes is. I want to see the screenshots. Period. Leak them. Leak them. Leak them. I want her to drop. I believe it. I believe it. She could also be talking about men like Young Thug who will say these things and still be in her face, because that's what men do. That's what men do. Oh, she chopped. She chopped. She chopped. But be right at the gas station trying to get a chopped cheese. Hello? Hello? Operator. I hope I hit that chopped cheese right. Evan, let me know if I did. If I did hit it, you owe me a painting. But to see these leaks every day has been affirming for me, if I'm being quite honest. Seeing this man being exposed for the rat that he is, ratting and yapping on this phone, talking. It's giving Pretty Ricky. I'm on the hotline, like on the hotline, nothing but a t-shirt on. Like it's giving that. Like he on the phone just yapping, talking to everybody, upset that Gunna is out here winning. Gunna out here putting out music. Young Thug crashing out on landline phones. What's hilarious is the phone says this call is being recorded. It tells you this. Like all these calls are monitored. These are the type of, like the way Mariah The Scientist is talking are the same women who would take a charge for a man. Will go to jail behind stealing a Chanel purse. At 50, get a job. Will take a charge for a man like Young Thug. Hello? Who we ain't hearing nothing about, like How your day going? How you feeling, mama? She too busy POP holding it down. For a man who's obsessed with another man and his antics and how he's moving. I think Young Thug was completely chopped when he made that comment about Kendrick Lamar, if I'm being completely honest. It was over then. To be mad at Kendrick Lamar for not giving you a verse. And your response is, he think he better than everybody. I mean, he ain't bigger than Drake. Like, this is what he was saying. He ain't bigger than Drake. He ain't bigger than Drake.
I don't be understanding that type of shit. Supposed to be a nigga who bless a nigga. That's why them niggas will never be bigger than Drake ever in life.
Yeah, Drake feeds y'all crumbs so he can have access to you all. If Drake has given you verses and been on your records, what's going on? Why it ain't doing much numbers right now? Like, why are we not talking about it? If Drake is bigger, then why are you running to Kendrick Lamar for a verse that you got denied? Because you know what it is. These are the same men who are interested in the women they see at the gas station, at the convenience store, at the corner. And the moment they get rejected, you ain't, no way. You ain't bad. This is them. They can't take rejection. They cannot take rejection. It's everybody else's fault. No accountability. No emotional maturity at all. Just lost in the sauce. There's no need for them to. Young Thug is acting like a little boy and making Gunna look like a grown man. I'll tell you what, watching this whole ordeal makes me want to listen to Gunna even more. I've not listened to Gunna like that. Enjoy Little Baby, the old Little Baby. This makes me want to listen to Gunna. I honestly feel like this can be a college course on how to deal with something like this, because there was no guarantee that Gunna was going to survive this. You're being blackballed by the industry. All these men who are rappers who have a lot of social capital when it comes to the rap industry against you. The community ain't with you. You still on your thing. You still making your music. You still gonna survive off of black women, if I'm being completely honest. I think Gunna, and he knows it. I believe he knows that black women supporting him and with him, like, they don't care because the back was playing his music, period. The girl said, girl, I don't give a damn. This is Gunna. Put the last one on. They don't care. And the men had no choice because the men were fighting for their lives. I remember seeing so many videos of women arguing with men about Gunna playing. I ain't playing it. Like, it kind of reminds me of where the culture is with the club scene. How the men just want nothing but men in the sections and everywhere. Like, I thought we going to the club to get the girls, the females, what y'all be saying. I thought that was going on. I thought that's why we was going to the clubs. I thought that's what was happening. But y'all just want a circle jerk situation. Y'all want to thirst over men with money. Y'all impressed by that. That's why Drake is a lot of y'all faves, no shade. Y'all don't like Drake's music that much. Y'all do, but y'all enjoy how Drake moves with his money because y'all want to be Drake. Young Thug is acting like a little boy with this whole ordeal. And men are trying to fight their way to think otherwise. And now it's gotten to the point that it's critical. It's a critical mass at this point now. Like, there's like, men can't defend this no more. The men who have been supporting Thug are now terrified every time. Like, you got Thug fighting for his life on Twitter. I ain't no wreck. I'm blue. Yeah, red, white, and blue. The Star-Spangled Banner, because you was on there singing on that phone. Now it's been conversation about Young Thug being a rat, about some of the things that he has said, how he has allegedly confessed and was talking and all the things. I think we might be entering an era where street code really does not matter when it comes to this. We've already known that. I mean, if street code and all these things matter, y'all wouldn't still be talking about Drake. Y'all would even be kicking it with Drake, but y'all respect Drake's money more than anything else. And he knows that. And he's been able to take advantage of it. He's been able to, like, y'all see him as the cool, rich white boy. That's why Rick Ross was so quick to say that. That's why he was so quick to say that. I think this is a learning lesson, like how stay true to yourself. I think Gunna probably does feel a certain type of way that he did what he did, but it was the best decision he had to make for himself. And like 21 said, he was never like, that's not him. That ain't never been him. He didn't want to do these things. This is why these gangs, no shade, and not just these type of gangs, but also Greek life gangs too, prey on younger men because it's easier to get them to do these said things. Because it's harder to ask a grown man to do certain things. Like, it was easy for me to get into the army at 19, 20 versus me being 30. I find this fascinating. We're seeing the direction of what is happening as far as the street code not mattering, and it is showing in the streaming numbers and the visibility and the sales. Like, what does that mean now that you are hood, street code down, all of these things, and yet someone who snitched allegedly still out here doing the things? Like, what can y'all do? Y'all don't have no comeback to that, because you can't say that he's not winning. The best thing that Thug could have done was just focus on like the future. How are you calling this man a rat and saying all these things as if you and your lawyer were not in the courtroom begging and pleading? Oh, I'll get out here and give Dare defense against drugs. Like, you are now about to be giving anti-gang videos. Like, you're gonna be standing next to Barney talking about stay in school, kids. Like, that's what you finna be doing. So I don't understand what the difference is. You talking about you need to be making gospel music if you're a rat. Well, baby, you better pick up some Bible verses, because it seems like you on your way, because this right here ain't giving. That's all my thoughts. That's enough heterosexuality gang stuff for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Talk to y'all later. Bye.